Hi, I'm Landon with Pressful, and I'm here today with Active Witness CEO Rob Bakshi. Active Witness has given employers something they've wanted for a long time, an efficient way to monitor personnel and to grant them entry into the buildings in a safe way. Rob, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is amazing what you've done with the Sima facial authentication access control. As someone who uses a lot of badges and loses a lot of badges, it's so great to have something where I won't have to keep up with it and I won't have to worry about if I left the house with my badge or, having to call, HR or facilities to say, "Hey, let me in the building." So I think it's a really great product. What kind of made you want to launch this product, Rob?
Well, first of all, my background is in the security industry. My first company was called Silent Witness, which was acquired by Honeywell. It was a Nasdaq listed company where we focused on very innovative security, CCTV, camera technology, all made in North America. I knew that the access control is very primitive. It hasn't changed. The industry hasn't changed. So that was my next thing to do, but I didn't know how to do it until about 3 years ago. I kind of figured out how to do it. So we started developing the product.
Yeah, and what Active Witness's Sima device does, it's a state-of-the-art two-step authentication access system that utilizes artificial intelligence with a powerful cloud service. So I mentioned employees, employers, and getting into buildings, but it's also for home builders or any maybe Airbnbs, anyone who wants to give personalized access to anyone at any time. And the best thing, as I understand about this, Rob, is that it can receive over the air updates. So you don't have to waste time by ordering badges or ordering credentials or fobs. You can go in there and update it in real time and have it work seconds later.
Absolutely, yeah. So the product will never stop developing because it's all software based. There's so much we can, our vision is to have more than access. Like we already have visitor management built in. The nice thing is not only it'll update with new features and all that, but the user can select whatever features is important to them at any given time. So they can actually make the product more sophisticated, less sophisticated. The product will adapt to the dynamic needs of the organization rather than having to undo all the doors, undo all the cards and everything else. This is the future of access control.
Absolutely. And physical credentials are just a thing of the past. I think I read somewhere that 50% of people have lost their physical credentials in order to get into a building. And all that does is provide inefficiency because they have to order them, which I also read that cost on the businesses or organization for reordering these access cards, these physical access cards, can be such a crucial cost to the overall bottom line.
Well, absolutely. So cost is one thing. The other thing is just people stealing them. You can copy just about any card, and people give their card to somebody else. People give their code to somebody else for the keypad. So it's not. I mean, we have a false sense of security when we are in the secured buildings as it exists today, and we want to change that. Only an authorized person will be allowed in a secured building. End of story. And so the cost and the theft and also management. Employees come and go. People, there's always turnover, and management of those cards because you have to ask for the card back when somebody leaves, and it's the most difficult conversation to have. Can I have your access card? Can I have this? Can I have that? And then the back end infrastructure to manage all the active cards and deleted cards and assigned cards is a nightmare. And this one is all app based. It's all one touch. The employee leaves and they use delete them, and that card access card is no longer valid forever.
And then you completely eradicate the extra cost of reordering cards. You eradicate the wait time for waiting for those cards to be shipped to the facility and then distributed to the employees or the members of the organization. It really does improve efficiency as a whole. And I'm so glad that you brought up, as far as safety goes, because I know this particular, the SEMA active witness will only allow person entrance if they 100% match the profile.
Absolutely. A lot of the players in the industry are moving towards facial recognition, which we have an issue with because the cost is very high for high-end cameras and servers, and then the time it takes to verify. because you're really doing a one to n match. Is this person so and so? Is this person so and so? You go down the list or thing, and then the system sends you a probability theory that it's 89% probability that it's Rob Bakshi, but it's 10% probability someone else, and it takes time and money and so forth. And also, it's a privacy issue. Those cameras are watching and they're trying to recognize people all the time, which we in the Western world have an issue with,
Mhm.
and we don't want to go down that route. So our camera is basically sleeping, and it's only looking for an access card. It's not looking for faces. And when you say I'm claiming to be Rob Bakshi by showing a credential, my access card on my phone or a card or whatever, and then it start looking for, okay, what does Rob Bakshi look like? And it's got to be a one-to-one match. So this way, our cost of the system is so inexpensive because we're not trying to do one-to-n match. We're trying to do one-to-one match, and it
Right.
comes back 100% and very quickly because you're only looking for one person in the database. So it is either Rob Bakshi or it isn't. So simple as that.
And it's also so safe, as you alluded to earlier, high employee turnover, people working from home now and migrating back into the office. Perhaps they're doing, half in the office, half out of the office. This really does streamline a way to grant everyone entrance so they can go at, maybe even later at night when people aren't in the office, like from the 9 to 5, like the regular business day. They can go anytime they want, and they can do it with ease and efficiency. Now, Rob, tell me, where do you see facial recognition in the future? Do you see it growing, and you see this kind of replacing the physical credential?
It depends on our society, how much privacy as a society we want. So with facial recognition, certainly the technology will improve. Where it'll just people recognize people coming to the door, and there are companies that are probably going that route. I think the future belongs to software, and the future belongs to more than one authentication. That's our vision. I mean, you can see double authentication now in computers. I mean, when I sign on to my bank account, it sometimes say send me a text message, say put this code in, because
Mhm.
the security of single level authentication and the identity, you know, it's easy to breach.
And luckily, you have a solution. Active Witness Sima device can go on any door. The camera resolution is impeccable. Tell me a little bit more about the device. It's very easy to install, correct?
Yeah, all you need is Ethernet line. Just plug it in with the internet connector, and it's got PoE, so power over the Ethernet, and then just connect your magnetic door lock to it, and that's it.
Amazing. It's the thing of the future. It's absolutely the thing of the future.
We also focused on the back end, the management. I've been running companies, most of my adult life, and I know what it's like, managing systems. This product is totally easy and adaptable to use. For example, if you want to go in and work in a building, Wednesday evening, you can request a pass for that to your supervisor, and the supervisor will authorize you, and that pass will be only available for that time on that day. And after that, it doesn't exist. Same thing with visitors. If you have visitors coming in, you can request visitors pass, and it'll be sent over to the visitor, and you can ask, say, single level authentication or double level authentication. If it's double level, the visitor will just upload the selfie and come to the door. It'll recognize, and a message will be sent to the person who is expecting the visitors that your visitor has arrived. So it's all seamless and dynamic and easy to manage, because having a system installed is one thing, managing the system is totally different.
But it's super user friendly, correct? They upload their
That is
own
right.
picture, it reads their face. There's really not a lot of moving parts to this, correct?
That is right. There's no moving parts. It's just a one camera at each door, and then everything is on your smartphone. And if someone doesn't have a smartphone, they can have a physical card where there's a QR code is on it, and they can show that a card, and then show their face.
And kind of breaking away from like the larger organizations and employers, even those who have rental homes and home builders and tenants, or for whatever reason, Airbnbs can actually extract value from this as well, this efficient entrance credential, correct?
Absolutely. Like, I've rented Airbnb homes before, and the biggest challenge for me has been, looking for the damn key. There's because you got to make sure the right person picks up the right key, sort of thing, and then dropping off the key at the end. Well, with this product, the Airbnb homeowner can just install this at the door with a magnetic door lock on it, and then just send me the pass. And then I just show it, and I can upload my picture. It verifies me from that point on. The door opens for me for those days that I paid for.
Now, what about price, Rob? Is it expensive?
No, it's basically a subscription model. So we managed to, with our years experience of selling, millions of cameras, we managed to bring the cost of the product down, so that we can literally drop the price per door compared to what exists today in your traditional products. And then people pay from depending on the features they choose from $30 and $40 and $50, whatever. There's a price list for all the different features, and it's just pay as you go.
Now, where can people go to find out more about Active Witness SEMA device?
To our website, activewitness.com.
Rob Bakshi, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. The future is with SEMA.
Thanks, Landon.
Pressful. It's so easy, as it should be.